I'm helping to tailor a custom solution, custom Salesforce solution for our customers. And yeah, as you could guess, I'm mainly responsible for Marketing Cloud. So yeah, not to brag about, but I'm also 7 times Salesforce certified. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about, let's say. So if you will be in the mood to chat about Marketing Cloud or Salesforce in general, please find me after the session. I'm eager to use the time that we have here on the conference. But enough about me, let's talk about marketing. So multi-channel marketing is a very interesting tool in the knowing hands. So it's very exciting for me as a marketeer. It's very useful for customers who use the end product. Sometimes it looks like you are juggling flaming swords on a unicycle. Looks very exhilarating, but can sometimes be overwhelming. So just to do a quick temperature check, who of you in the room ever tried to reach out to customers within one campaign via, let's say, email, SMS, and social media? Okay, not so many hands, but a couple of them. So the more interesting my subject will be for you, because I designed this presentation rather to give you a first impression about Marketing Cloud in general and to go maybe in slight depths of the topic. So let's start then with the challenges of the multi-channel marketing. You probably know about them as a consumer. So once the marketing campaign goes wrong, actually as a consumer, you will be the first one to notice it. I, in my career, had several very funny and, well, let's say unpleasant examples of how it went not so smooth. So the first one is maintaining brand consistency. And I'm talking about here about the cases where you are talking to clients from different sides of your channels, but the brand voice is not just sounding the same. So it's like different people been creating campaigns, or even might feel that different companies are trying to contact you. So that brings me to the next one, ensuring the personalization across channels. Here we are talking about a hot problem where the pronouns are incorrect when you're segmenting your audience and one or another segment is getting the content that is designed for another one. So we are stumbling upon this problem. And last but not least, and this is a struggle not only for marketeers tracking customer interactions across, again, all channels, because in the end, if you are steering a campaign or launching a product and you don't get any feedback or any overview why you're doing it and how it's performing, then in the end, in the future, in the long term, it's kind of a useless effort because you can't make yourself better, you can't make your product better, and you don't really know what your customers think about yourself. But fear not. With Marketing Cloud, you have all necessary tools at your fingertips. And let me quickly breeze through some of the functions, because unfortunately, because of the time limitations, I can't talk about them. Otherwise, I would need a good 2 hours. So let's start with the email builder. Marketing, you probably think email. That's why there's a platform like a studio in the Marketing Cloud that allows you to create templates, personalize them, and if we are talking about multinational companies, to distribute templates that will be designed in the same brand voice so that customers all across the world would be able to see the same style of the content. Next one is Analytics Builder, and this is bringing me back to the last struggle that I just mentioned in the multi-channel marketing, tracking your communications across all channels. So here we have 2 kinds of reporting possibilities. It's a standard Marketing Cloud Analytics and a rather recent addition to the Marketing Cloud family, Datorama reports. It has been offered before as a single stand product or as an addition. Now you can purchase additional license and access it directly from the Marketing Cloud and make your reports and dashboards nice and user-friendly. Next one, Social Studio, to steer your social media activity. Here we are talking about 3. Those are to post communications on connected social media that are available in Social Studio. Those are unfortunately limited. Those are the most famous social media like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. If you need something on top, well, you can be sure Salesforce is working on this. The next one is engage to, of course, give feedback and communicate with your customers directly from the single tool. And listen, it's about social media listening. And here I'm not talking only about listening what customers are talking about your brand, but also with the help of hashtag listening to eavesdrop what they're talking about your competitors. Next one, Mobile Studio, and here we're talking about the mobile channel. It helps you to orchestrate SMS notifications, create, send, and monitor their performance. And on top, with the mobile push, you can also steer mobile push notifications if you are using mobile applications. And last but not least that I want to mention here is the Journey Builder. It's kind of a backbone of the Marketing Cloud, I would say, because it helps you to orchestrate your whole customer journey in one place with certain gaps in between communications so that you wouldn't overwhelm your customers with talking to them too much, let's say. Also, you can send out communications based on customer behavior. And here I'm talking about clicks, opens, or general engagement with certain links in the email. Next slide is giving you a beautiful picture of the customer 360-degree view in the Salesforce family. Even though Marketing Cloud, in the comparison to the Salesforce core platforms, looks a bit like adopted child, it belongs to family. It got actually adopted only about 10 years ago. It had a different name at this time. But yeah, now you can see this cute yellow baby right there. It's Marketing Cloud and it's connected to all the layers of the Salesforce solution. Here, it's interesting to know that, of course, Einstein is collaborating with all functions of the Salesforce nowadays. And for Marketing Cloud, it's not only predictive analytics, which helps you to understand what your customers will be doing as a next step, but also a generative AI. And you already heard about this if you visited one of the sessions before about Marketing Cloud engagement. So there is a similar function in the Marketing Cloud, even a bit broader, which helps you to generate subject lines and email bodies to match your brand voice. And of course, Data Cloud shouldn't miss on this picture. I noticed when I was discovering Data Cloud by myself that mostly use cases in the beginning being concentrated around Marketing Cloud, which made my heart laughing because it was so nice to see that Marketing Cloud is getting attention through the other cloud and getting more and more into this such a good cohesive family. But enough theory for now. As I mentioned, I'm working in consulting since time to time, so I brought you a real-life example about one of the international automotive clients. I work in Germany, so of course every first client is automotive. And this client came to us with a challenge. First challenge was to elevate brand visibility, as the client recently changed their logo and look and feel, so they wanted to let their customers know that behind the new image there is a same brand that they love and trust. Next one was to increase sales for e-vehicles. It's a booming industry like Data Cloud and Salesforce e-vehicles for the automotive. So it was important to reach out to existing customers and promote it for the new one to expand, of course, the customer base, but also to touch the ground and understand which clients are ready to open themselves for the e-vehicle. And the third challenge was to reach diverse customer base because of the nature of the client, that it was distributed across different countries and continents. Of course, it had all kind of customers of all ages and of all kinds. So it was important to do the right segmentation with the right message so that we can get people interested in the product. So the backbone of the customer communications. It looks a bit different than at mine, but we don't need these tools in my example. So the backbone of the marketing and communication efforts been, of course, Marketing Cloud, and we utilized the following tools from this circle. I will be sharing the slides afterwards, so you can see I actually blended them out and didn't erase, but anyway. First of all, Email Studio. We created a universal branded template, as I mentioned before, so that it could be distributed between different markets and localized by marketing managers on the go, so that they would be using the same look and feel, but of course with the adaptation to the customer needs for the concrete country. We also did a certain personalization that could be tweaked, of course, to different languages. So we used AMP script to do the personalization, not only for the name, of course, but also to customize the nearest dealer offer or to put the name of the vehicle that this person is driving. Next one was the audience builder, where we utilized this functionality to segment the audience and to do this in a way that every segment would be getting the correct communication according to their location and brand preferences. So that, of course, not everyone will be getting the same advertisement because of not only specifics of markets, but also about different legal policies. So if you ever worked with international companies, you know the struggle. And we orchestrated everything in the Journey Builder. We launched an email lead nurturing campaign, which was distributed between different journeys, where we put our customers or customers of our clients into the journey depending on their brand preferences and some other parameters like what interest they showed on the website or what they've been recently talking about and on the social media. So this all was combined and put as a source for the journeys which been guiding customers through the journey with a certain amount of time in between communications. And what is also interesting to mention here, we utilized Einstein functionalities, in particular Einstein send time optimization, which is used in a way that Einstein analyzes all the communications that have been sent recently to the particular person and sends them communication in the time gap when they are most likely to open the email. This was, I like your excitement. No, but this is really great functionality. We used it not for lead nurturing, but for the newsletter sent out. Because, you know, newsletters are getting lost in the mailbox. So it's important to send it at the moment when you are chilled with your phone on the couch and not in the middle of the busy workday. Last but not least, we also took functionalities of the Social Studio to, first of all, post engaging content to make people talk to us in the way that we wanted and to provide us information that we want. In particular, what do they think about the new branding and what is their relation to the e-vehicles? Are they potentially interested to buy it? Next one was social media listening, where we created several, let's say, batches of hashtags which we wanted to monitor. So one batch was designed for tracking the talks about the brand in particular. The other one was about or like rather to say 3 other batches been about competitors, so 1 batch per competitor. And the last one was a combination of hashtags related to e-vehicles with relation to each of the previous batch. So e-vehicles plus our brand and plus each of the 3 competitors we've been monitoring. And in the end, we also had a connection between Social Studio and Service Cloud, which allowed us to utilize customer service interaction, where customer service agents been just communicated with the clients if there have been questions or inquiries, and this information been played back and stored in the Service Cloud, so that if we are talking about a known customer, we already know that we tried to help them or solved this or another issue. So our efforts led us to 23% search in web traffic, which is mainly the win of the newsletter sent in the right time, and 12% increase in the lead conversion, which mainly been the new customers, which also leads of the win of the newsletter, but of course of a lead nurturing journey that we've been doing not only for old customers, but also for new ones. So as we are closing already to an end of my presentation, I want to leave you with several practical tips for success. And first of them is to segment your audience. I think I mentioned it already enough in the last 15 minutes, how much we worked with different segments. So if you know your audience, you already won to 50% in your campaign. Next one, automate where possible. And you probably noticed that we live in the age of bots and automations and technologies. So make them work for you so that you have some more free time for something creative or just an extra cup of coffee. Test. And I actually noted it like, 5 times. You see 5 times test word here. And this is really, I'm talking not about just dipping a toe in the water. It should be jump headfirst to the very bottom. Because the more you test, the more you understand your audience. And I'm not only talking about the testing before you're sending something out, because it's, of course, has to be, but I'm also talking about A/B testing, where you're testing which subject line of the email performing better, or multivariate testing, you name it. The more you test, the better results you get, and the more your customers are, the better content your customers will get the next time. Last but not least, embrace integration. And I think in Salesforce, you can do it the most seamless way. But here, I'm not talking only about Salesforce products. You can integrate Marketing Cloud with your third-party database. You can integrate it with your social media. You can integrate it with your toaster if it supports API integrations. Try it out. Let me know if it worked. And all these 4 tips will make your life as a marketeer or someone who is working with marketeers much, much easier, because those tips are basically the key to the successful multi-channel marketing. So as I'm wrapping up and we have, I think, a couple of minutes for questions, I want you to leave with the thought that marketing is not about reaching your customers 24/7 at any point, wherever they are. It's about building meaningful connection and understanding what your customers want and trying to offer the best product to them. Thank you. Any questions? I think we have time for 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is there a way to access saturated and unsaturated customer data from Marketing Cloud?
So there is a tool in Journey Builder that is allowing you to separate different kind of contexts who are saturated and not. It's again also an Einstein functionality. So in this way, you can communicate with customers in a certain way. But in the terms of segmentation, you can definitely do it, but it will need a bit more effort in terms that you will have to do it through SQL queries.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking to build a campaign based on saturated data or unsaturated. So
then I would say you don't have to overcomplicate it with extra developing. You just pack all the customers in one journey and then segment them on the go with the Einstein functionalities.
Okay, yeah, but if there is a huge database, what should we do? What should we query to get the subscriber keys of that data?
I would say that you have to pre-segment it maybe based on some other parameters, so like not on saturation first of all, so that you get some smaller batches coming into the journey. But basically you can also do the same through the Automation Studio, which is faster than Journey Builder. So if your aim is not directly to communicate, but first to pre-segment, I would suggest maybe to use, then actually to use SQL queries. If you are talking about like over 100,000 contacts.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Thank you.